from Itay. I apologise, Itay, that last time I mispronounced your name. Hopefully I have got it correct this time. So Itay has requested a song by an artist called Local News Legend, and it is called Song for Jude St. Francis Demo.
Parts of me fall off just so I'm back. Punch me in the face, I'm blue and black. Crumpled dollar bills, unwanted time. Take a lot of benzos and I'll be fine.
Well, I was not expecting this at all. This is on a channel called Emily G, which has around 7,000 subscribers. And this video is 4 years old and it's had about 10,000 views. And it appears, I'm guessing, this person's name is Emily because of the name of the channel. And this appears to be Emily with an acoustic guitar playing in her home, I'm guessing. And looking at the description, we also have the chord structure and the lyrics, which is really helpful. So we can see that Emily has just sung, parts of me fall off, just so I'm back, punch me in the face, I'm blue and black, crumpled dollars bill, unwanted time, take a lot of benzos, I'll be fine. And I don't think Emily is singing about herself here, given the track is called Song for Jude St. Francis. But I don't know who Jude St. Francis is, but it sounds like Jude St. Francis is going through a tough time. Parts falling off, punching the face, taking a lot of benzos, which are commonly used as a sedative or to relax or to reduce anxiety. Think medication like diazepam.
Crumpled dollar bills, unwanted time. Take a lot of benzos and I'll be fine. I'll show you what I've got, but it's not going to last. Cause when I tell you how I'm feeling, I hope you survive the blast. Because there's shadow people, rapists, and a car that I crash when I can't take it anymore. I've tried so many times to unalive, but something out there wants me to survive. Maybe it just wants to see.
So I'll show you what I got, but it's not going to last. But I tell you how I'm feeling. I hope you survive the blast. I quite like that line. I'm going to tell you what's going on for me, and I hope you survive the blast because it's going to be massive. You are going to be absolutely shocked by what I'm about to tell you. And I hear this quite often in my job. Someone takes ages to building up to say this thing or to tell this thing that they think that I might judge them for or others might judge them for. Something that they think is really, really, really bad. Or something that they think they should feel a lot of shame for, or they should judge themselves in a negative way for. And 99% of the time, it is nowhere near as bad as they think. And quite often, the thing that they have experienced happens more often to other people than they realise it does. And that's because, generally speaking, we don't go around telling people about all the bad stuff that's happened to us. So our idea of what people's actual experiences are in life is are pretty skewed. Then she was talking about, where was it? Shadow people, rapists, and a car, and trying to unalive. And that's the words used in this song. These aren't my words. But something out there wants me to survive. And that's speaking to me of that notion of being in pain and having the option to end it as a way out of that pain. Not really wanting to die either, just not knowing how to live with the pain and live with the kind of processing the experiences that have happened to you. Okay, let's check the rest of this out.
Many times to unalive, but something rot. Maybe it just wants me to get a job. Maybe it wants me to be alone. Maybe I should try and do it before my roommates come home. But then they put me on risperidone, so I wouldn't see the people I had in my mind. Maybe this time they will stop talking to me, so I can sleep again and have some happy dreams. And then they put me on risperidone, so I wouldn't see the people I had in my mind. Maybe this time they will stop talking to me, so I can sleep again and dream a happy dream. Maybe I should try again before my roommates come home.
I wonder if that's because the roommates are likely to try and stop Jude, so he wants to do it before they come and stop him, or whether it's because in fact I was going to say so they don't find him, but obviously they are going to find him because they're going to come home, so scrap that. So that last part, they put me on risperidone so I wouldn't see the people I had in my mind. Maybe this time they'll stop talking to me and I can sleep again and dream a happy dream. So it sounds like Jude is seeing people, perhaps hallucinations, and these people are talking to him and preventing him from sleep. So if these are hallucinations, and remember I have very little context here, then they appear to be having a detrimental functional impact on Jude's life. And maybe this is why they are thinking of ending it. They can't see any way out of this. The discomfort, the pain, the distress is just too much. And they've obviously tried to seek help as they've been put on risperidone, which is a relatively common antipsychotic for things like schizophrenia or bipolar disorder, and is sometimes also used in smaller doses to help with irritability. And it looks as if, in this instance, the hope is that risperidone is going to reduce these hallucinations. It's going to reduce hearing these voices in their head. So if anyone knows more about this song, then drop a comment below. I don't know who Jude St. Francis is. I'm aware that people don't like it in some of my reactions where I have to jump to some conclusions and draw some inferences. But I'm just basing this on the words that I can hear and the lyrics when they're available. Just coming on to Emily, this is what YouTube was kind of made for, isn't it? This is how I remember YouTube in the earlier days, this kind of raw footage. Someone writing and playing a song for us, filming it on probably some kind of phone, and then just sharing it, just putting it out there. None of this hyper high quality, loads of production value, expensive studio rigs with 50 employees doing script writing and thumbnail design and kind of lighting and audio editing and all of that kind of stuff. This is how it used to be, just like raw footage. But I like it. That really resonates with me. Okay, so here's a follow-up. I got interested in who this Jude St. Francis could be, and I figured I would do, and maybe I should do this in more of my videos, just some short follow-up sections at the end where I have quickly gone away and looked up a bit about the track, maybe read some comments, just so I could give a quick update of my thoughts outside of an initial reaction. So looking through the comments for this video, I can see the first one says, this This is so moving. Just finished the book and can't stop thinking about Jude. And throughout the comment sections, there's also reference to a book called A Little Life, which has a character in it called Jude. So naturally, I then Google the book, and there is a Wikipedia page for it that outlines the plot. And let me just say this, Jude went through a lot. Thinking back to the line about surviving the blast, you know, I'm going to tell you what's happened. I hope you can survive the blast, or something like that. You know, that idea of opening up. I can now see why that line is in the song. A lot happened to Jude. But having said that, I still think that a competent therapist would be able to hold that. A competent therapist could. And I'm obviously thinking about this from my perspective. Perhaps from the song's perspective, Jude could be opening up to someone who isn't a therapist, or to someone who isn't used to these really difficult conversations around someone's difficult experiences. And in that case, it could come across as an explosion, as that person receiving the information tries to make sense of it, and then they have to try and figure out how to respond back to that person in an appropriate way. And that's really hard. I'm not going to go into any more detail here. I'm not going to go into more detail about what happened to Jude, but I'll leave a link to the Wikipedia page in the description below if you want to check that out. Interestingly though, it doesn't seem as if Jude did have any form of mental illness. So we talked before about risperidone being an antipsychotic and being used for serious mental illnesses like schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. But instead, it looks as if they suffered massive amounts of trauma. And we do know that hallucinations, although they aren't part of the diagnostic criteria for PTSD, we know that many people do experience these types of experiences. You know what, I probably need to make a video about this on my therapy channel, because this is a really important point. In my practice, I come across this quite a lot. I get referrals from kind of teachers and social workers and people who aren't therapists but work with kind of children, adolescents, adults, anyone really. But I get a lot of referrals with concern around hearing voices, and the person making the referral makes the assumption then it's going to be some type of serious mental illness. But a lot of the time it's not. A lot of the time it's actually trauma related. If you wanna know a bit more about that, go check out my therapy channel, Therapy in Action, where I talk loads about trauma. I'll drop a link in the description. So there we go. That's my reaction to local news legend Song for Jude St. Francis demo. And it's from Emily G's YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Hope you like this one. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.